Hello guys, NautoAce here, and I want to give my thoughts on another Idea Factory game that's been announced from East Asia Soft. So yes, they do publish certain Idea Factory game, Monster Moray Chronicles Age, the third of the game, of course, 7 Pirate Age, another one. So yes, whether you like it or not, to some extent, they are publishing Idea Factory games. Why? Well, my theory guess behind it is probably just business decision because probably Idea Factory International probably don't want to publish localize them because they think it's not going to sell, so let someone else. It sucks with what it is, but it is what it is. But anyway, why am I talking about this game? If you don't know, this game actually was released in the West during the HD era on the PS3 and on Steam. However, there were controversy with this game and its sequel, and that is it was censored. But again, you might say, oh, because of the children. No, it's during the HD era, so Sony censorship probably wasn't yet in full force. But it's about, well, if you see here, the ESRB rating. So yeah, this game's gonna come out in April, so it's the full version, like including the DLC, and it's what you're supposed to play. But again, the reason there was a controversy during the PS3 era, the HD era, because of the ESRB rating. That's the problem. So right now you're seeing here, mature, violent, sexual theme, partial nudity. Right here, teen. That was during the HD era. Yes, fantasy, violence, language, mild blood, partial nudity, sexual theme. So here's the thing. Can you have nudity to some extent on a T-rated game? It really depends who's looking at it, but to some extent, yes, if you show some brief nudity. So buttock to some extent, that's allowed. Panty shots allowed. Cleavage, boobs are allowed for a T rating, as long as they're not very, very sexualized. That the reason you're playing this game because it's fan service, but to some extent, yes. But I don't know if the ESRB right now in 2023 they're changing sort of the rule. But again, from my understanding is a T rating game, you can show a little bit of brief nudity, a minimum to some extent there. But now, if you notice the rating is M. So that's M. So before I give my thoughts about like what they show here, because again, like they said, right here's the key thing is this update version of Mugen Souls includes all prior extra while faithfully adapting the content of the Japanese original, making it the definitive way to experience this cult classic JRPG. Again, it is censorship, but to some extent, it was an ESRB thing, probably. Again, sometimes the Zero and the ESRB, they're not kind of the same. They're not parodied, so it may be good in one side, it may be not in the other side. I mean, the reverse effect here that's interesting, I want to give my thoughts on, is Neptunian Lich. In Japan, it's actually Zero D, which is equivalent to an M, while in the West, it was T rating. Interesting there. I mean, yeah, there's no nudity, but there are some clothes that being torn, and you can see panties. But like I said, panties are allowed in a T rating game. And then a lot of the features here to basically what it is. So if you played it on the PS3, then you played it here. So of course, on their YouTube, there's a trailer there. But another one before I continue is this. So it is a port from a PS3 and Steam version. But here's an interesting part here, and I could be wrong. First of all, the subtitle is in English, so I don't know what that means. Either caption or voice. And these probably I don't know yet. So again, language, I don't know what they mean by language. I mean, if you're talking about language like words, like text, then it's kind of weird why you're saying, oh, you have to change to Japanese. But if you want that, then it should be the Japanese. So my guess here, and I hope I'm right, is that English text, but when it comes to the voice, they're actually using the nearest American. So you gotta give them props if they did that, because another controversy to a different game is Code Princess on Steam and on Switch. They got rid of the English dub, And somebody who worked in the Cali said because they had to pay Atlas for the dub, and of course they don't do their own dubs. So said, well, why not just have the Atlas one? And someone said, well, then we have to pay Atlas for the dub, and they're being a cheapskate, so they didn't want to do it. So if East Asia Soft actually paid for the North America dub, that's props there. But that's a different story there. Am I gonna get this? When it comes to sort of a sale. Like always, I'm not gonna get the physical version. I mean, it is just gonna suck to some extent. No hate to East Asia Soft, but it's hard to buy their games in Asia. Hopefully they release it on retail, but I doubt it. That's not their MO. So, but it is what it is. At least they're bringing the game out. You can get it digitally, and like I said, it's the full version. Like I said, because now it's M-rated. Because if you look at the trailer, so we'll just click a trailer from here. Right there. Oh, come on, get going. M17 plus. So there. So what is like the fan service there? Well, one is this right here. Well, maybe not this one, but I mean the game itself, it's okay for what it is. But right here, they brought back the Hot Spring mini game. Yeah, there is a lot of jokes about Hot Spring in that. I mean, it is what it is. There is sort of the scene like that, but they got rid of the mini game. Again, is that something on M-rated? Sure, why not? I know Mary Skelter, I think, even the second one is M-rated, and then the third one's T. I could be wrong. I have to check it out. It's been a while, but there you go. So I'm gonna stop here. So again, like I said, it's M-rated right here. That's why. So now it's two different ESRB ratings. So that's why. So why wasn't M in the beginning from the get-go? Well, whether you like or not, it's just like a movie. The higher the rating, the potential sale might not be there, realistically. But again, this type of niche game, you really want to focus on your fans first, word them out, and hopefully it might work. I know maybe not. Who knows? It's hard to say. But I know Total Recall. Unfortunately, a lot of people complained that it was PG-13, the reboot one. But they said that they wanted more people to watch it. Again, it is what it is there. But yeah, so like I said, it was originally T, but now it's M-rated. So there you go. So it's sort of interesting that in this port, surprisingly, that hey, you know, props that they're actually releasing it with all the content, and they're saying to the ESRB, yeah, we'll just make it M. In related to Idea Factory game, there's another one I'm surprised, but this one, not so much of any changes because it's the same thing with the PS3. And that is, yes, I'm surprised that Axie Games still owns the license, the record of Agarest War. So yes, that's what's in the PS3 and the 360 and also in Steam. So it's multi-platform, but a bit of the controversy at the time is that in the PS3 version, it was only digital because it had no English dub. They used someone that used to work at Axie Game basically said that was the reason why they couldn't do a physical release. But to some extent, at the time, also it went on sale. I know I bought it for, believe it or not, $9.99, $10 for all 3 games as a bundle. But props. But again, it's not a bad game. But again, it's just one of those like niche, mediocre alternative Japanese RPG, and I'm gonna stick with that. Different story there. But anyway, I'm surprised. The difference in this one for the Switch version is all the DLCs included. So the question is, why it's not on the PS4? Would it make sense? Yeah, to some extent, but it's on the PS3. I mean, if you have your PS3, you can just buy it on the store or whatever. I know, but so it wouldn't make sense. I mean, if the PS4 was back compatible with the PS3, that would be awesome. But of course, it's not. Different story there. But yeah, I just want to share that another Idea Factory game being released on a Switch. Again, so should the Switch be considered a Japanese RPG machine? To some extent, in this time of age, a lot of people kind of say it is because the portability. Oh, well, you don't get trophies and achievements. Well, sadly to say, in my opinion, not everyone care about it. So it is what it is. Lame to some extent. Hopefully there is a PS4, but again, that's really not going to happen to some extent. Like a lot of these double A Japanese RPG. They always believe that it's gonna sell better on the Switch than the PlayStation 4. Heck, PlayStation 5, who knows? Just have to wait and see. So anyway, yeah, my thoughts on this one, interesting. Plus, of course, like I said, Mugen Soul, again, Switch exclusive. It's already been in the PS3. I know that one got censored because of the ESRB rating. But now, if we want the full shebang, it's going to be M-rated. Definitely I'm going to get it in the long run. So anyway, that's my thoughts. With that, I'll see you guys later.